identity is as far as their gender. They
I'm
don't know
very
how to
secure in my
behave.
identity as a woman.
They're unpleasant to be
That's why,
around.
like, I will have to say, Manuela, like, played you so well. You were so bothered by her unbotheredness. It was,
Feminine women actually know how to be pleasant and they're friendly. They know how to be quiet. So I've never understood how the feminists call themselves that. There's nothing femme about you all.
Okay.
Jezebel, are you mad because you can't unmute yourself?
Okay, but okay, anyway, so classic. If our sole purpose on this earth is to procreate, I do want to ask.
No, stop. I never said our sole purpose was. My actual question was, what else could you do if you don't have life?
What?
Right. Maybe I really don't understand that. If you don't have life.
Basically, what I'm telling you is that the reproductive part of all species is the primary part, okay? Because you can't do anything else unless you reproduce. You have to survive. That's the basis. That's nature 101. You have to reproduce.
We're still going to survive, even if we don't reproduce.
How can you survive with no people?
We have people.
They gonna go. You know how they're gonna
Oh,
survive?
goodness.
Because they believe that when they start getting with each other, they believe that fake penis that they strap on, they believe that it's gonna one day the technology is gonna change and it's gonna turn into a real one, and they're gonna
Girl,
be
where
able
do
to
you get
put
these things from?
You
Like, where
know,
do you even know that from?
That's what they believe, right, Jezebel? Right, Jezebel?
the world is already so overpopulated. We don't need
no, like, what a weird thing to say. Why do you always bring up sex toys when I'm in here? It's so
Comrade,
odd.
Comrade, I have a
Classic.
question for you.
Like
I have
girl
a
even
question for you,
said,
Comrade.
there's real quick. I do want to make this point real quick because I haven't been able to put it out. Right. I can even say, sorry, this is not a correct stat, but I could as well just say for every woman that does not want to have a child, there could be 100 women having children already.
Well, okay, hold on, stop. What I'm trying to do is I'm creating and cutting two parties, two belief systems, okay? Your system operates off of the ideology that there are other women, okay, who will side with the other ideology. I'm saying if you are correct, my grandfather used to say, see a person's belief all the way to the end. If everyone lived with the way that you are talking about, okay, what would the result be?
Like logically,
That's a bad logical deduction.
Let me finish the question and you'll understand. We know that it's not hypothetically possible. I'm trying to determine whose ideology is more rational. If everyone lived the way that you're talking about, meaning we all said, hey, I'm happy being alone. That means we don't procreate.
I'm sorry, classic, but there's no coherence in your statement because any hypothetical that we come up with anyway is we're living in the present, right? So I understand you're trying to test my logic outside of just this, how we're currently living.
Manuela,
but
no,
it's
Manuela, no.
fallacious.
Manuela, no, I'm not. I even said it's subjective. I'm well aware of the fact that we live in a society where everyone can choose to do what they want to do. I even proved that I agreed with what you said by saying that we were all selfish. Do you remember that?
Of course. Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm telling you, I understand exactly what you're saying. Now I'm asking you to just ride with me for a second and try to understand what I'm saying.
Right. I'm conceding that there would there wouldn't be any people. So humanity in general would not be a thing.
So nature in itself, it intends for you to not be alone.
Right. But even in
Nature
nature,
doesn't have an intention. It's not sentient.
Oh my
And why are
goodness.
you still up here if you
Oh my goodness.
Why are you still here?
Because she already stated the fact that I talk about toys when she's here, and she.
No,
must
I'm
like
here
when I
to
talk
challenge
about-
the ideas. Like, Jesus,
No,
I don't know
you're-
why that's so hard to grasp.
You know, listen, I made the statement earlier that as soon as I come, I'll be looking this way, and then I look back at that screen and I say, "Oh my goodness, that's a good-looking brother on that screen."
You do that.
I don't know why you
goodness.
guys are so magnetically attached to me. You're obsessed. Let's just admit it.
No, but like the fact that it's so
Hold on,
laughable
for someone
because
who
this is
accused
about
that
the
man,
challenging
you
of
accused
ideas,
him.
and I
You
disagree
accused this
with
man
you.
of-
And yet you
accused that man of
never.
some crazy
One
acts that
second,
he did
Amon.
not do.
One second. I know you think it's men only have two languages, which is usually English and speaking over women. But I'm addressing Guru because he never goes one-on-one because he knows he can't. That's why he brings up all these other people.
He does go on one-on-one. What are you talking
Not
about?
with me.
One-on-one, I was talking to the woman one-on-one before.
I meant with
anybody else.
me. You never go one-on-one with me. You always bring up your pick-me's and
She
your
wants me to
bros.
go one-on-one with her.
We'll cook her. She's asking for it, so just do it.
You know, I got something for her. Did y'all hear that? If you think you lonely now, wait until tonight. Come on, Guru.
Okay.
That was a lot to process.
Yeah, y'all should process that, and y'all should go. It's a song by Bobby Womack. It's called "If You Think You're Lonely Now." Y'all should go listen to that song over and over and over and over again.
That looks like something my grandpa would listen to. I can't. I can't get into music like that. But classic. I do want to challenge your point about.
Can you let somebody else talk until you send that money? Here's what we gonna do for you.
I said tomorrow.
Go on and get up out of here.
I do have a question for Classic. What do you mean by
She can go until she send the money. She's been doing enough talking. She said, "I'm gonna send you the money, Guru." Well, if you're gonna send it tomorrow, you can come back tomorrow. Since Jezebel thinks she never is able to speak, go ahead, Jezebel, you speak now. Since you want to talk over everybody, there's other women on here that haven't had a chance to speak. You go ahead and speak.
I don't know why you're like so triggered. I'm fine sitting on mute. If someone else wants to speak, that's fine. Like, what? I haven't complained about you muting me at all.
Okay, well, then you know what? Do this for me.
What? You are so unhinged and inconsistent. It is worrisome.
If I'm so unhinged, why do you keep coming back? You must like this unhinged energy. You must see, you want what other women want. You wish I would put this unhinged energy on you, and I'm not gonna.
No, see, that's what's so weird. Like,
let's get her to hush. Anyway, this is one of the new. I'm having them fix and do a few more things to my new emojis to only my subscribers. Matter of fact, so we can flush her subscribers out of here, her people out of here. Let's do this. Bye, Kenzie's people. Now you can't talk no more. Only the people that have paid, that subscribe. You come in here to support this thing, you can't do nothing no more. You support Jezebel, Jezebel's people can't talk no more. These are the people that can talk, support Guru. These are the people that want to be people of God or are people of God. This is not people of no devil, of no shaitan. These are the people that come here for truth, for righteousness, for justice, to come to hear facts and statistics and data that's real. Not something that's been made up to try to force fit a narrative about intersectional femininity. You don't even know what y'all are anymore. You don't even know what your gender is anymore. Do you have a crotch that has a slit in it, or do you have a penis? Which one do you have? Because if you got a crotch with a slit in it, you are a woman. You should act like a woman, which means hush.
But she keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. You know?
The next thing she's gonna do, brother, she probably gonna accuse me of some type of SA on her, virtual SA.
That's what she's trying to get. But, being that she is a feminist and she wants to be a man, she wants to challenge you. That's what she says. She wants to challenge you and all that extra stuff. My thing is, if I don't like somebody or if I don't like their content, I won't even waste time to even, listen to them. You know what I mean? So I have to ask her a question like, why do you keep coming back? Why do you keep making different profile pictures and keep coming back to someone that you do not like?
Do you want her to answer that, brother?
Yeah, if she wants to.
Okay, let me go ahead and take her off mute so she can try to answer that. Go ahead and answer that, Jezebel.
So number one, I've always come back on the same account. Like, I have no reason to hide my identity from Guru. It's fine. Number two, this is what I do. I talk to people I disagree with.
Change your picture and your name, yes or no?
Yes, it is a different profile picture. Yes, it is a different name.
Thank you.
My ad is the same. And when you ask me, is this X, Y, or Z, did I tell you who it is?
Have I ever been on your platform trying to talk about masculinity or misogyny?
You are welcome to come to my platform and debate, Guru. I would welcome the challenge.
You welcome the challenge.
I welcome it, yes.
Yeah, so you can do
it won't be a challenge. I don't think it'll last long, but I welcome it regardless.
Because you know what you want to do? Accuse me of stalking you. Moderators.
But you are literally doing that to me. You're literally accusing me of stalking you.
Moderators, be careful over blocking right now because yes, it will affect the thing. Please don't block too many people. Y'all watching somebody block a whole lot of people.
Like the projection. You're literally accusing me of stalking you.
Can you answer the brother's question?
It's crazy. I did.
Amazing, man.
Or acts or sexual assault. That's basically ASA. That's what you basically accused him of, but yet you keep coming back.
Wait, no, I did not. Okay, does anyone on the panel, Amon or Classic, know what happened?
Yeah, we do.
What happened, Amon?
You know what happened. I don't want to bring it back because it's not true. I don't want to
So
bring
when
it up.
I came up here, I did not bring it up. Guru brought it up.
Yes, he asked you, do you remember? And you said, well, yes, this, that, and the third. So therefore,
Yes. So do you know what happened? Do you
Yes,
know
I
what
do
incident
know
we are
what happened.
referring to?
Yes, I do. And you
So I don't
overlooked
think you do, and that's why you won't say what it is.
because I don't want to say what it is on here because it's
I'll
not
turn
true.
the comments back on once you guys get to 50K likes.
Wait,
Go ahead. It's
Guru
not
was
true.
fine enough saying it himself on his
No,
own live. Why
but
won't you say it yourself on his live?
because this is not my live to say anything as far as.
Then I take no stock in your claim. Like you don't know
Well, you
what
don't have
happened.
to because you're on someone else's, again, his platform. If he allegedly did those things to you or said those things to you, why do you keep coming back? That's the question. You keep coming back.
No, they are not connected. Just because he has been a gross, disgusting man to me. I'm sorry. Do you want me to answer the question, Guru, or do you just want to talk over me?
Amon, can you ask? I want to ask Amon, can you ask her if she just likes black men? She has a fetish.
Oh
for
my
black men?
God.
Do you have a fetish for black men?
No.
Do you like black men? I take it that you hate men, to be honest,
Based on what?
based on your baseless logic of what a man is and how you don't like men. And what's
What
that other
claim have
woman?
I said?
That other woman.
I
on here
haven't
that she
made
got
any
put
claims
on.
other than challenging Classic and his
But you're-
appeal to nature.
but you're-
That's the only claim I've made.
But you're
And I
strong
did call
feminist.
Guru on fat shaming
You're
the
not
other
fat
guest,
shamer.
Manuela.
So
She
what does
was
the word
kind and
obesity
she was
mean?
sweet.
Listen,
And
what does
he,
obesity mean, comrade? What is obese? That means fat, right?
no,
Does
fat
that
does
mean
not mean obese.
It does mean you're fat. It means you're overweight. I mean, we get so caught up on
Right, overweight does
words.
not necessarily mean obese either.
It's fat. There's no other way to
Okay.
put it. If you're fat, you're fat. If you're 300 pounds, you are fat. You take a step per hour.
He was fat shaming. What
No,
kind
he
of man do
wasn't.
you think will want
Hold on,
those arms, that extra skin? Like,
Hold on.
come
And then
on.
can I have her define it?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. What is, please enlighten us. What is fat shaming?
Trying to embarrass or humiliate someone because of their size.
In order to try and humiliate someone, you have to be able to recognize the intent that they're trying to do this, correct?
Sure.
Okay. I'm
Is
trying to
that
see.
subjective, Kenzie? Is that subjective?
There you go.
Is that subjective? Sure, it can be from my opinion. I think all of this is subjective. I don't know what that has to do with
all right.
anything.
All right. So if it's subjective,
Is shaming
then-
an objective thing?
Did you hear what I just said?
Is shaming
You just agreed
objective?
that- You just said it's subjective.
Right, but
So
is
what-
shaming objective?
What, Kenzie?
No, not in its raw form. No, it's not.
What do you mean not in its raw form? It's not at all.
Jezebel. I'm asking you a question. If it's subjective, the word fat is subjective, right? What does that mean? Enlighten me.
If the word fat is subjective, what does that mean? Overweight, obese. Like, do you just want synonyms for it?
No, I'm asking
No,
what does it mean? That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what does it mean if you say it's subjective, what does that mean then?
That everyone's idea of what is fat is different.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you can't come on here and tell me that when everybody's idea of what it is different.
Yes, I can, because you
Who
were
made
fat
you
shaming her. Are you really denying that? Wait,
Let's just think about this for a minute, folks, what she's doing. She has no credentials that makes her the authority to determine what it means to be universally fat. She just, in fact, stated it's subjective. She has no credentials on this, no authority on this. So she can't come in here and try to police me about what I say about this. Folks, if you want this live stream to continue, if you think this is a great discussion going on, we still need 8 more supporters. Donate, go to my little head at the top, click the Cash App or the PayPal.
Hey, comrade, I'm gonna be quiet here in a minute because, like I said, I gotta run this plan.
I need 8 more supporters. Go ahead.
But I needed to ask you this. Okay, when I made the statement that fat shaming itself, the shaming, I was referring to the shaming, not the intent that people think the shaming is, because that is subjective. If a man is short, okay, what is the definition of short?
It's going to be subjective to her. Hold on. I got to unmute her because she can't. I'm so thankful she can't unmute herself.
What is the definition of short?
Subjective. Wow.
all definitions are subjective. What are you talking about?
No, short is simply defined as one height less than another. It can be an inch, it can be 2 inches, but if it's anything less than equal, it is short.
I'm glad she said that. She said all definitions are subjective.
Well, then,
I'm so glad she
okay,
said
well, if that's the case, why are we even holding any of these conversations?
we can't. That means anything she talks about on
Well,
her
language,
platform.
yeah, language is subjective. That's why I asked you.
You have nothing to say anymore because everything is subjective. Everything is subjective. So you have nothing to say anymore. You should keep your mouth shut or hush. Thank you so much, Jay, for the donation. I really appreciate you for the cash out. Thank you so much, Sister Aaliyah, for the donation. She said salam. Wa alaikum salam. We over here speaking truth, facts, giving data. We're not giving those a bunch of subjective opinions. This ain't gonna be subjective when he just sung that song and he said, if you think you lonely now, wait until tonight. Because guess what? As much mess that Kenzie talk, ain't nobody walking through that door. And ain't nobody coming through that door anytime soon. Unless it's gonna be some woman that ain't no good and she gonna get into it with her. And then they're gonna messing around, playing with each other, then they're gonna get into it with each other because those relationships don't last long. Why don't she come on here and debate me on that? She can't because she don't have nothing to say. Because the stats show that they assault each other more than any other type of couple, that they have a much higher rate of divorce than any other type of couple. Two women cannot get along. They fight each other, they beat on each other, and they cannot stay together or stay married. She won't address that. She won't address it.
Sure, I'll address that.
Well, I got to go before you do. I apologize. Kenzie, I don't mind talking to you at all. Guru, I appreciate it, man. Much love, bro. But I really do have to start running this plant again, but I can't stomach a conversation for somebody who believes that I'm saying that nature is sentient. If you can't grasp the meaning, well, yeah, it's subjective. So maybe you can't. If you can't grasp the meaning, then I can't help you. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. Classic. Let me drop a thing for Classic.
Yeah, let's talk about I'm assuming you're referring to like the lesbian.
Merman, thank you so much for the donation. She said, thank you for all you do. Folks, we already got 6 out of 10 donations. If you think this is true coming out my mouth, hit the Cash App or the PayPal for come on, Guru! Thank you so much, Brother Nelson. Let me give him a few. Thank you so much, Brother Nelson, for coming through with the huge support as always. He said, good to see you, Guru. Hope I'm not too late. You ain't too late, brother. We already hit 7 already out of 10. We going. Listen, they think they doing something by giving her these little coins on here. You ain't doing nothing. Guru they didn't try to cancel me, block me. They didn't try to do all kind of stuff to me. They just sent bot for me. I'm still here. Come on, Guru. What you doing? Tell him, brother.
Woman, yes or no?
Yes.
Is that subjective?
What a woman is?
Is that subjective?
Yeah. Well, we got other women on here because I would love to hear that.
Is that subjective?
What
Yes
is
or no?
subjective, Amon?
I'm asking. No. Don't try to twist the question.
Well, I just I don't know what that means. So please explain that to me.
I'm about to just put myself now. She don't know what
Subjective.
subjective means. You feel me? You hear me, Guru? She doesn't know what that means now.
She don't want to answer you, brother. She don't want to deal with you because she thinks you're a sick, misogynistic man, and you're a Muslim man at that.
Yeah, I asked her,
So-
is it subjective? You know, she
I want
couldn't answer.
y'all to notice something. Most of these people like her, like Jezebel, right? They're anti-God, they're anti-family, they're anti-anything that's related to religion, right? So, and think about what she's naming herself. She's a comrade of Jezebel, right? Even though she says, oh, the comrade is different. No, that's what you
Yeah,
are.
the comrade refers to something different.
Because she knows that even I've named it so many times, the big 4 major religions, right? They all are patriarchal religions, meaning that the man is in charge. And even when these women of color tried to bring up Oshun as the Beyonce religion or whatever, guess what? They don't even do no research on that because Oshun has somebody she answers to who is a higher god than her. That's male. Oshun in the African religion has someone she has to answer to. She's not the head. See, y'all don't even know this stuff. Y'all just jump on anything. Is that your phone going off or your sex toy?
It's my phone.
I just wanted to know if it's subjective or not. That's all I want to know.
So yes, what a woman is subjective. To address what Guru asked me, if we're going to talk about like domestic violence within lesbian relationships.
Before we go there, we have other women that have an answer.
Wait, you literally brought that up and said, I won't address it. My next sentence is, I will address it. And now you're not even going to let me address it, right?
No, hold on a
Right?
second.
That's what I
because
thought.
We're dealing with one thing at a time, Kenzie, Jezebel. Lana, or to the other sister, is it Asiya? She says that being a woman is subjective. Would you guys agree with that?
I completely disagree. It's not subjective, sweetheart. That's crazy. How can it be subjective? You either can a woman is or a female is an adult woman. A female is a
What's an adult?
birth. If
I
you give
disagree
birth,
too.
you're not a woman.
So female persons who don't have the capacity for pregnancy aren't women?
A natural female, even if she may not be able to carry a child or give birth, she still has the design and the body designed to do it. What do you mean? Like
That's not necessarily true. There are females who are born without uteruses, ovaries.
And that would be considered a
vaginas.
defect. And that would be considered a defect. Why? Because she's supposed to have those ovaries, ma'am. A woman is a woman and a male is a male. It's not subjective. And there's a reason why.
The term woman is not a biological term. It is a social term.
How? But is it a social term to describe a biological term? So it's still the same. What's the difference?
Because when we use language, it's all subjective. Even if we're discussing objective things, the terminology is still subjective.
But that doesn't change biology.
You're talking about
Regardless of what we call it, we could call it a balloon. It don't matter. The biological
Then you just agree
still
with
remain.
So everything you're talking about right now is
hold on a second, brother. When Jezebel, when remains are being identified, human remains, right? Would you agree that they use biology to determine the human remains, the type?
No, not necessarily. Like if we look, for example, for the Berta warrior, the Berta warrior was uncovered and was buried next to 2 sacrificial horses, and was actually buried with all of their weapons around them. They were discovered in the late 1800s, and there were many anthropologic papers that were written on this warrior about how amazing he was, how revered and how honored. And they were all written that the Berta warrior was a man. And it wasn't until biological testing that they actually, in 2017, that these remains were found out to be female. So
I just asked you about biological testing. Let me repeat the question.
you don't
To
need to repeat the
identify-
question. I just gave you an example where anthropologists use social cues
Okay, brother.
to identify the remains and overlooked biological.
Wait, how did they identify?
Would you agree, Jezebel, that biology is used to identify human remains? Would you agree?
What do you mean by biology?
Oh my God.
Hey, comrade,
You
what
can't
is
be serious, man.
what
You
is a
can't
woman,
be.
comrade?
You gotta
What is a
be
woman,
trolling.
comrade? What's a woman, comrade? What's a
A
woman?
woman is an adult human female.
Is that subjective?
That definition?
I mean, whatever it is, choose for it to be. Is it subjective? Is a woman subjective?
Yes.
See, so here's the thing, brother. Where I was trying to go, what she don't want to answer. She's trying to play this game because she knows where I'm going, and she don't have no way to escape this. That's why she don't want to answer.
Go ahead, Guru. Ask the question. I already wanted to address the comments you made about lesbians, and you won't let me address that.
I think
When human remains are being identified, one of the ways that they do testing, right, on human remains, right, is they look at, and they have so many examples of this, they will look at the pelvic bone. Women have a wider pelvis. This is biology than men. Why? For birthing children. So they can usually tell if there's a pelvic bone within human remains, they can tell whether or not it's a woman or a man. That's what they identify it as woman or man, male or female. And then they use other testings, like if there's a skull, they can look at the sutures in the skull to determine if it was a little girl or a young lady or a grown woman or an older woman. Biology does this.
So, yes, I agree that they do look at remains from a biological standpoint, but they also do look at it from an anthropological standpoint, which is why
I just asked you this question earlier.
which is
and you
why
didn't
the
answer it.
Berta warrior was
Do you guys see what
misidentified.
she did? Do you guys see what she did? When I asked her the same question earlier, she wouldn't answer it. She said, "What is biology?"
Yep.
I just asked her this question, and her answer was back to me, "What is biology?" Lana, we're not going to let her finish. Lana, she says being a woman or a woman is subjective. What would you have to say to that, Lana, as a woman yourself?
I disagree totally, but I came here to address different points. She was talking about the word fat is not okay to say. Someone
I
told
did
me
not say
before.
that.
Guru, can you please mute her because I don't like when people interrupt me.
Well, I didn't say that though.
If she will have some emotional intelligence and emotional control, she will actually be quiet and let another woman finish speaking. No, moderators, please don't mute her, please, moderators. I want her to have some. Oh, now we can unmute her. I want to see if she will have some emotional intelligence and emotional control. Because Lana has been quiet this entire time. She hasn't said a word. She's let you go on and on and on and on. But as soon as Lana starts speaking, you cut her off. So let me see if I can unmute her. Nobody mute her. As soon as I unmute her, nobody mute her. I want to see if she has emotional intelligence and emotional control. Because this is what a lot of these intersectional feminists talk about too. Emotional intelligence. Let's see if she has any. Go ahead, Lana.
So one time someone told me if you stand comfortably and you look down on your feet and your stomach is covering your feet, it means you're fat. If you cannot see your feet when you stand, you are fat. The other thing that I want to point out is when they say they're okay for being alone. I will try to make this short, but my grandma, her visa did not come out by the time ours came out. So she had to stay 6 days late in my country before we leave. And my grandma had 4 kids. None of them could get to my area and take care of her. And she was on a chill and she had dementia. And 3 days after, no one looked after her and gave her her medicine because she forget she cannot get her medicine. She died. And 3 days at home, she died in her bed, not knowing. No one knew about her. No one reached out to her. And only the neighbors have noticed her disappearance. And they broke the door and got in and they found her dead. See, when women grew up, they have less chance with men and getting men, especially most of the women here in the United States. They're growing up and they're setting very ridiculous, very high standards of stuff that does not even make sense. And then after that, you said the Earth population is way, it's too much. I want to remind you of what happened when COVID hit us. COVID hit people of the age day 1 to so many ages. Way older people and way young people. A lot of people just died. So I don't know where you guys get this point of, I am fine alone, because no one is fine alone. It doesn't matter. When you grow up, that's it. We're done. No, your family is not going to be there. Your friends is not going to be there. It doesn't matter if the earth have a big population or not. We're done. Like, I'm 29 years old and I live by myself. But trust me, I really don't like it when I am sick by myself. Couple weeks ago, I had COVID and I was in bed and no one was there to make me just a soup. I could not even pick up my phone and order me soup. So I don't know, where do you guys get this logic and how does it make sense to you?
Good question, Lana. I don't know if she will answer that. We'll see if she will answer any of that. And then we still haven't heard much from Ruzzy, but I want to see if she will answer and speak to Lana because listen, a lot of these. Hold on one second, Ruzzy. A lot of these these feminist women that are in here with Jezebel, right? A lot of these feminist women that are in here with her, have been sending her all these donations and supporting her. But guess what? She ain't doing too good. And she has to say, Guru, you can't speak to me one-on-one. That's why, even though, look, this is a woman that says she don't like me. She don't like my content. She thinks I sexualize her and talk about toys and all these other things. But she can't help herself but to come back. I think she likes the man in the suit. She may not like what I say, but she has to like, there's something there, right? There's some type of spark. There's some type of attraction. You wouldn't keep coming back to somebody you don't like. There's something there. Just admit, when are you going to tell the truth for once, Jezebel?
I'm very honest in the fact that you make my pussy dry, Guru.
Yo, Guru.
You hear how she speak? Did you guys hear how she just spoke?
She's nasty, but you know what, Guru? She's copying your style. Look at her profile picture.
That's what I said, brother.
She is copying your style. She's not even original.
No, she's not. Let me tell you guys something. The woman that I showed you guys earlier, this one right here, one of the ones, listen, she would never say anything like that. She would never say anything like that. She would never say anything about her crotch being dried up and none of that. These women over here in Southeast Asia, they don't talk like that.
So to answer your question, Lana, when we're talking about like how someone ought to be, The claim is that they need to ought to isolate themselves from society. It's that
Look, hold on a second. Your perverted intersectional feminist women are in here making claims that that's a child. No, it's not. That's a woman well above 22. What, she's in her 20s. Okay. And let me tell you guys something else. A lot of you are jealous, especially Caucasian women, because those women over there, they have an impeccable skin routine and they know how to take care of their skin and stay looking young. And you guys don't. That's why you have to apply all those makeups and creams and things of that nature. But just like her, I've scrolled across her thing, and that's all she's doing all day with a miserable look on her face. And I said, oh my God, let me get
ironic that you can't practice any self-control, Guru. So like I was saying, it's not the claim that some...
Kenzie.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jezebel. You want to see who can practice self-control? Will you be honest and say the last time that you've used any toys or played with yourself?
I am not answering that question.
Thank you. Go ahead.
That is so inappropriate.
That's right, man.
That has nothing to do with self-control.
Yes, it would have a lot to do with self-control.
It absolutely does not.
She gonna do it tonight after arguing with you. She gonna do it tonight.
That is
you up in her face. Look how you up in her face. She gonna do it tonight.
Look, folks, she just said it has nothing to do with self-control, whether or not you play with yourself all the time.
Does.
Yes, and she did say her pee is dry, Aaliyah. Yes, she did.
Again, let me just make my statement, then you can go and say your weird shit.
She said that I make it dry. That's what she said.
She gonna do it tonight, Guru, and you gave her a lot of material to work with.
I don't know why you guys are so obsessed with centering yourselves in some kind of romantic fantasy. It's so weird. But Lana, just to answer your question as briefly as I can, it's not the claim that women should isolate themselves from society. It's the claim that we don't need to be in relationships in order to be fulfilled.
You worked her up, man.
Hold on one second. Thank you so much, Lisa. Lisa said, Guru, continue to fight the demons. Thank you for the PayPal sister. We already hit 9 out of 10 that fast. Thank you. Listen, folks, I'm going to let her talk uninterrupted. Nobody interrupt her. Because here's what she's going to do. She's going to go on her platform and whine and cry and complain that she didn't get a fair shot, that everybody kept interrupting her, including me, that I won't go one-on-one with her. She wants to have some type of one-on-one thing with me. I'm telling you, these women, I've showed y'all before, women come in here, they don't have no clothes on. I had a woman turn on her camera. She didn't have nothing on but a sheet covering herself, watching me the whole time. And I bet you, if one's like her, she probably doing the same thing. She won't turn her camera on for a reason. A lot of them, they be at home with no clothes on and nothing, and they be doing stuff underneath them sheets and covers. And they need to go and smell and see how their fingers smell. That's what they should be worried about. Because I know it's pungent. Some of them fingers smell just like it do at the nail salon. When they don't ventilate that place, that strong pungent odor, smell underneath them. She smell your fingers. They know I'm telling the truth.
I bet you.
Go ahead, answer me.
Guru, actually, she got a dog in the house.
Oh, you know she does. Multiple. And cats too, probably.
I bet you at nighttime. She probably.
All right, nobody interrupt her. Let her get it all out. Let her get all her frustrations and anger and misery, everything. Folks, tap the screen. Let's get up to the next goal of 75K. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do until we get these likes up. Go ahead, Kenzie. Now you're uninterrupted.
I already answered it.
No, go ahead. I want you to get everything out.
I answered the question.
I have something to say after her.
Lana, no, go ahead. She said she answered your question, Lana.
Okay, for the people in the comments who are saying that I'm not able to get out a sentence together, my English is my second language, but look, at least I have a brain that thinks better than you and have way more logic than you are.
And have a man that's interested in you also. A lot of them don't have that.
And they call me pick me. And they said I don't have friends. I do have friends, but people are busy. Life in the United States is super busy. But at least I do speak another language, and I have a couple of certifications and degrees.
Wow.
And English is my second language. So whatever you want to say, it doesn't even move or bother anything in me. Go ahead, do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to say.
And you know what, Lana? They're jealous because your pH balance ain't off like theirs is. They're jealous because they already know, because you've kept your body free from men and all that other stuff. You don't got, she ain't got nothing. Like, unlike y'all wish y'all had her body count. Y'all wish y'all were able to come up here and testify she can't, but y'all can't.
Guru. Fixing to drop here in a minute, but comrade, I mean, you said you wanted to quote go one-on-one with Guru. He gave you the opportunity. No one's going to interrupt you, and you back away from it as usual.
No, I didn't back away from it.
Yeah, you did.
No, I've been trying to address the lesbian argument, and yet
you have a woman that was just up here waiting to get in here to talk to me. One of your fellow intersexual feminist women that doesn't like me either. I knew it, brother. They all are secretly watching me all the time. I knew it. The same woman that, listen, I accidentally clicked, somebody sent me her thing. I clicked on the thing, and you should have seen how giddy she got when I clicked on that thing. Watch this, folks. Watch this.
Hello.
This is her. This is her.
How's it going?
Somebody sent me a link and said, go in there. You need to
Yeah,
debate
you've been
her.
watching my live,
And I
stealth
said,
watching,
who?
so let's not
I said,
pretend like
who?
that was only a one-time thing.
I said, who? I need to debate who? Then I clicked on the thing and I went in there. You should have seen how giddy she got. She said, oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. I would never go after a man who doesn't know how to shave his beard properly.
Let me tell you what she did. She screenshot the thing and she said,
No, it's crazy because you called me a stalker.
Let me tell you what she did. She stopped.
You're the
whole
one
stream.
that's been going into my
Do you have
lives.
any emotional
Crazy.
intelligence and emotional control? Can you be quiet for a minute?
Guru,
I don't know, can you?
You don't have that.
You don't have that. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, look at him. He doesn't have a rebuttal, so he's
See, she have to revert to a profanity. But anyway, folks, she started jumping up and down in her seat. She said, everyone, I gotta stop this. This guy thinks I'm obsessed with him, and I caught him in my life.
Well, don't you think that is a contradiction, Guru?
I get people that send me stuff all the time. I clicked on it.
Right. So your own philosophy is that because we're in here, we're watching you, therefore we're obsessed. Yet when you're in our lives watching us, you're not obsessed. That's a contradiction.
I've never requested to go up on y'all things. Don't even say that. I don't secretly watch none of y'all. Do you
You
not
just
realize
said like you watch me do my makeup.
She's lying. Now she's lying. Folks, let's think about this for a minute. This is an app. We know how this works. If you scroll through the app, eventually you're going to come across someone's content. Maybe someone that's live streaming. I don't have her blocked. I didn't even waste the energy to block her, right? So I've come across her before. I said, oh, look at her sitting there looking miserable doing her makeup. That's not the same thing that she does to me. She comes in here lurking, watching often, right? I think she changed her picture, just like Bamo said, so that she could look a little more like me.
Actually, she's stealing your whole thing. She's stealing your whole blueprint, your whole program. She's stealing it. That's why she up in here. That's the only reason why she up in here.
Yeah, she wants to take, what I built, everything I've done. Folks, once you get up to 100K likes, I'll turn all the comments back on. But until then, we're not gonna let her people donate to her. I already got, and thank you so much, Valerie. We hit the goal. Thank you so much, Valerie, sister, for the donation. She said, keep it up. Your word is needed. Thank you so much, sister Valerie, for the donation and appreciating and supporting this content. Instead of supporting these things that come up in here, that watch me, that stalk me, that obsess with me, that lie and say, no, we're not, Guru. We don't care about you. Who cares about Guru? They can't stop watching. They try to scandal me, still can't stop watching. They try to lie on me and gossip and defame me and some things coming for that defamation. They try to do all that, can't stop me. They send bots for me. They send demons for me. They send Jezebels for me. Can't stop it. They say, Guru, they've been trying to stop you all this time, and I've just been hearing your name buzzing around this app, all over this app. I should have been able to get me off of here, right? Because this is the application for the anti-misogynist, the anti-red pillars, all the stuff that y'all call me, right? This app should be full of the non-binary, I don't even know what all this stuff means. All the ones that are just like her, that don't know what their gender is. Watch this. Let's ask her. Jezebel, what would you say your gender is? What's your gender?
I've already answered this question.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
What's your gender? I'm asking you.
I already answered. Sorry you weren't paying attention.
Why do you have to be difficult? Just answer.
I already have. And it's ironic that you're calling me the one difficult, yet when I barely get the space to speak, he's the one who constantly interrupts.
You
he's
gave
the one
me
who
space to speak, and you didn't speak.
Look,
you gave
here
me
you
the
are,
time.
Bambo. You can't even be quiet.
You gave me the space to speak. What's your gender? What you can identify with? Dog, cat, donkey? What is it?
Those aren't genders, Bambo.
But it's difficult.
I've already answered it.
Okay, let's ask it this way. What's your sex?
What does that have to do with anything?
I told you, folks. You ashamed?
Why are you asking personal?
People that would love to be able to talk right now and comment, because I got the comments turned off to get to 100K. That's how you do it. Subscribe to the Black group, and I got those emojis coming for you, like this one right here, because they run their mouth too much. They need to hush. Click that little banner at the bottom, and you'll be able to subscribe to the Black group so you can talk right now too and tell her off. You probably collect more coins on here than you do your own. You need to come back here more often, Kenzie. You collect more than you probably do on your own show. That tells you how much they care about you. I said it earlier about the woman. I said, listen, it's not that they like you that much. They just want to try to spite me.
All you do on here is squawk and squawk and squawk because you know you can't intellectually engage.
You want to engage with me in another kind of way. You
Oh,
just
stop. Don't flatter yourself. How many times do I have to say it?
Listen, there's nothing flattering about your dry crotch that you mentioned earlier.
He wasn't, honestly, because people come on his panel and thank him for changing some stuff in them.
Anyone could say that.
Johnny,
it's not anyone, it's too many people. A lot of people became Muslim because of him.
That is very true.
What have you done to the society besides saying, I want to stay single forever and die lonely with no kids?
And let's sleep with a dog at night.
Liberated them from their oppressive ideas like religion.
Johnny, let me drop you one of them things. Johnny said.
I mean, Guru only knows he's got 750 viewers because of me.
Donation. Johnny said they lied.
By himself, he doesn't really have anything interesting to say.
Thank you, Johnny. And you're totally right, brother. They lie. Thank you, brother Johnny, for the cash out.
So if you think he doesn't have anything interesting to say, why do you think there are so many people watching him right now, supporting him and gifting him money?
Yeah. And why haven't I, and on top of that, why haven't I been canceled? Because they tried to cancel.
You very much have. Honestly, I wonder that myself. I think a lot of people really enjoy.
Jezebel, I've been
one
canceled?
second. Yeah, absolutely.
How?
How have you been canceled? By your misogynistic, narcissistic, creepy ass sexualizing statements. Like you say the most off the wall fucking shit. Like it's really
he's canceled though.
Appalling.
That's not being canceled. You talk like are you listening to yourself when you talk?
Yeah, of course.
How about being canceled, lady?
So if you think he is that way, why do you still come on the panel? Why don't you just?
When was the last time I was on the panel, Lana? When was the last time I was on the panel?
I have no idea, but apparently.
Then how do you know?
You've been describing him, right?
So can anyone tell me?
And you watch his content, and you also the sign you watch his content. And you definitely copying his style. Look at your glasses to get a profile picture.
Exactly. So if his
the YT female version of Guru.
It's crazy that I don't know how you can come to the conclusion that because I wear glasses that I've somehow centered Guru in my life. Like that's just it's absolutely ridiculous.
Let me tell you, brother, something.
Why do you guys think you're up here? You're up here because Guru can't handle me on his own.
He can handle you, I think.
No.
Okay, she won't be quiet. Listen, folks, not only to the men in here, to the brothers, not only does this woman, not only is she very quiet and soft-spoken and submissive and sweet, I asked her how much she weighed. She didn't have no problem. I said, how much do you weigh? Damo, how much do you think this woman weighs? Huh?
Pounds.
Wait, we can't hear you. How much?
110.
Yep. Well, he knows because I told him. 110 pounds, folks. To the brothers in here. You ain't got to deal with no 293-pound woman like that was here earlier. This Jezebel woman, I already know she probably weighs around 200 plus. Or just under that. You don't have to deal with all that plus this mouth. You can go get you a 100-pound woman. And you know she's going to take good care of you with the food. She's going to feed you well. And that's not for me saying anything about if you're dealing with weight, I hope you get your weight down and get in shape. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm saying a lot of these women over here in the West, they got a mouth on them. They talk too much. They don't know how to hush. This is why they don't have a good man. They're not single by choice. Don't let them lie to you. They're single because they have no choice. She has no choice. She has no choice but to be single right now. No man is walking through that door. Her ex is not coming back through that door. I got exes that want to come back through this door right now. I can show you messages. One contact me today. She don't got nobody knocking down that door. Do you think going over to her platform, let me unlock, I told you I would unlock the comments at 100K likes. Do you think that she has exes that are trying to get back with her right now? With the way she talks, how she has to wear all of that extra caked on makeup. This woman ain't got no, this is a natural woman. Did you see what I showed y'all? There's no makeup. Natural, beautiful skin. Well taken care of. Most of it is because these women are hard-headed over here. Those women over there, they eat good. They eat right. That's why their skin looks like that. They're not eating all this junk. I've talked to many women around the world, and they've told me the same thing. They said it's not in the product that you buy that gives our skin how it looks. They said most of it is in how we eat and the natural ingredients we use. But when you go over to her page, you're going to find somebody that sits in the mirror all day and bashes men. She bashes men all day on her platform and applies a whole bunch of makeup. You know why she's here? Let me tell you why she's here. Because none of the people that she talks to on her platform does it for her. Women like this, they get tired of talking to the guys that speak like this and telling them everything they want to hear.
And girl, you notice she said we come here to support because you cannot discuss with her by yourself. But besides that, the women who've been supporting her, no one came up and said anything supporting her. Because they themselves do know for a fact whatever they say does not make any sense.
Yeah, that's why the one that tried to come up and support her, all she could do was try to cuss at me. And you hear how she talked, you hear her deep voice. Oh, bro, you do before you came to my page.
Guru, I had a question.
Yes,
The question was, when her name is, I guess her name is Jezebel, and I was just curious as to how she relates to that name.
okay, she can answer it. I took her off of the mute. She can unmute herself and answer that question. Go ahead, Jezebel, unmute yourself. We can't hear you. You know you're on mute right now.
She probably playing with them toys.
Mm-mm-mm.
She's into everything doing with them toys right now. That's why she's muted.
Act like a child. Go ahead and speak.
No disrespect, Jezebel. I was just curious as to why you chose that name. I was just curious if you could answer.
All her people that keep spamming comments, now you can't spam no more. Y'all gone.
She can't answer because she's occupied right now.
She's not going to answer. So do you have anything else on the topic or anything else that we've been talking about? She's not going to answer you right now. Obviously, she's pouting and acting like a child. I'm about to get her up off of here because if you ain't going to come up here and talk, you're not going to just take up space up here. Go fire up your own live and see if the women donate to you and send you coins.
Her supporters said that you don't let them up, but in fact, I've seen Guru let so many people
Who are
up.
her supporters? Who are her?
There's
She
so
got a
many.
supporter named Crystal Meth, or I'm sorry, Crystal whatever. Is that one of your supporters?
Yeah,
Let me-
there's so many people in the comments were saying you know for sure that Guru doesn't let them up, but
Jezebel won't answer.
Hi, Crystal. I was just I'm introduced to her personality, and I was just curious as to if you knew anything about her as far as how she came up with the name Jezebel. Or
I don't really know how I'm supposed to know that. If the host would like to stop being a little pussy boy and unmute her, that would be lovely. And she could answer for herself.
Moderators, drop that thing up there at the top.
Yep, drop that thing up there at the top.
Drop that thing. Get her up off here. I don't even feel like
Yep. Pussy boy.
Get her up off. One of the moderators.
And you
drop
guys
her
are
off.
all sexual harassment.
Thank you.
see, they can't hold a
They
conversation
can't hold no
logically
conversation. They can't.
without cursing and being so controlled by their angry emotion.
And Jezebel, she busy playing with them toys right now. Guru
It's not
gave
their
her a lot of
mouth that
material. That's
is
why she
speaking,
quiet.
it's their very hurt emotion.
I was wondering if that was possibly
Call him your high
AI
class
type
pick
thing.
me.
Hold on
High
one second.
class pick me, okay?
Who's a high class pick me?
All the women that follow you. He's a Dusty. He's trying to be like Kimberly.
I am already
And I'm
picked.
going to try to get some
I am already picked. I don't need to be picked again. I am already
You
picked.
definitely want to be picked.
No, I don't want to. I already got picked, man.
You want to be picked by us.
Is that Starseed?
It's Star, your mother.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just saw Star.
Moderator, get her up off of here. Or somebody blocked her.
It's so funny that they called us pick me. Like, what is wrong with being picked? At least I'm not gonna end up in as a 304 like you.
Look at all of their profile pictures and things. Look at them.
Hi. I can actually answer the person below me's question.
Hi, how you doing? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I was just curious as to, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. I was trying to understand Jezebel, sometimes I just wanted to know how you came up with that,
Yeah, I actually came up with it. I'm in like a private Discord server with Kenzie. And I tend to just like give everybody funny names.
Answer first why she's acting so like a child and infusing the talk.
Are you offended by her saying that you make her pussy dry? Is that it?
Oh, she's trying to get it wet.
I was just trying to answer. I was just trying to answer the person's question.
She's busy, Guru. Right now, she's occupied right now.
But yeah, I actually gave her that name. I just said it was funny.
Why would I want to be in that?
I didn't say you want to be in it.
I think she's offended that nobody wants to be up in it. That I don't want to be up in it.
Trust me. If Kenzie would let me up in it, I would be up in it.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, you guys are a bunch of I'm sure you would.
Oh, I would.
Listen, folks, we need 125K likes, and then I'll turn the comments back on. So her supporters, you ain't gonna be able to type nothing until you actually start tapping the screen. Here's what I'm gonna say, folks. Listen, this is exactly why I did this. I started the subscriptions back up to get rid of the bots and get rid of the trolls. And when people come up like this that want to say W Kenzie, only my support, you got to click this little banner right here and hit and subscribe, even to the lowest tier. Otherwise, you're gonna be able to talk. This is exactly why I did this, to get rid of all the trolls. Yeah, that's a great question. Why she supports Palestine but hates Muslim values? That's a great question.
Probably just because I think like genocide is probably wrong, despite like what anyone's values are. I think that's a pretty like base level.
Do you have anything else to talk about besides wanting to be inside of Jezebel's crotch?
I was just trying to answer the person below me's
Well,
question.
no, you didn't. What you did is you said, if Kenzie gave me the opportunity, I would be.
You asked. But I was just trying to answer the person below me's question.
Did I ask if you wanted to be in her crotch?
Well, you were asking like, you were implying that nobody wants to be.
See how much they lie. You see how much they lie.
No, you were saying nobody wants to be with Kenzie, and so
She wants to be picked by her.
So yeah, you're an actual pick me. You want her Jezebel to pick you.
Absolutely, I do. Oh fuck yeah, yeah, I'd love for her to pick me completely. But yeah, I'm the one that gave her the nickname Jezebel. It was me. I just thought it was funny. I'm glad that I could answer your question for you. But yeah, Kenzie, like if you would ever let me slide, I'd appreciate it.
It's funny how he thinks like I have a hard time in the dating market. It's funny.
You guys are sick individuals. You know, she tried. Think about what she did. Look at the gaslighting and the manipulation, right? She tried to come on here and say that I'm some type of a sick man for how I speak. Listen to how they speak to each other.
Exactly.
Listen to how sick they are.
And none of them came up here and had a very nice conversation with us.
Guru, like
Or
between
made
me
a
and
good
Belle, at
point,
least
okay?
it's consensual. Like, come on.
What?
Between me and Belle is at least consensual. You don't even need that criteria.
So you do. What do you mean by that?
You say sexualized things towards me against my will. I don't want you to do that.
Do y'all hear that? She says I sexualize her against her will, even though she shows up to my platform all the time.
Right. Just because women are in your presence does not mean that you are entitled to sexualize them.
I asked her that and she said, no, I'm not in his platform most of the time.
No, I'm not here often. No.
Miss Matt, go ahead and get her. I know you've been waiting, Miss Matt. Miss Matt, are you there?
Gotta have women do your dirty work for you, Guru.
Look, they all said, Miss Matt, are you there?
Why not?
Yeah, I'm not saying.
You're doing your dirty work.
I'm not saying anything to her.
I haven't asked anyone to come up.
Wait, Miss Matt, I find this funny. They all say that. They say that I hold these platforms and I let everybody do my minions attack everybody. No, here, let's do this.
But we got her minions and they didn't say anything good.
Let's do this real quick. Hold on, watch this. Go ahead.
With what? You think you're doing something? Okay. So when you brought up the lesbian statistics and essentially that lesbians have higher rates of domestic violence, since you failed to actually read the study, if you read that, the 1/3 of those women had male partners. And then I don't know where you got your divorce statistics from, because every source that I've read shows that gay and lesbian have lower rates of divorce than heterosexual couples.
That's absolutely false. They've studied this stuff all over the UK. Who listen, because this is a fairly new as far as marriage statistics.
You made the claim. I mean, give me your source.
When did it? Okay, when? What nations have had lesbian marriage legalized the longest? Do you even know that?
No.
Okay, thank you.
What are they?
They're not in the United States. They're not in Asia. They're not in Africa. They're European countries.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So when you go look at European, this is why the UK have done these studies. They had to look at data based off of where these relationships, these types of marriages have been the longest, the longevity of these.
Okay.
When they looked at that, when they examined that, it showed that somewhere between, every year it changes, but when I looked at all the data, somewhere between 70 to 80% of the women that marry, lesbian women that marry, they divorce. 70 to 80% divorce rate.
Where did you get that? What European?
You look it up yourself, since you say you don't believe me and I'm wrong. You look it up yourself.
Well, that's the whole point, Guru, is that I want to read what you're reading. So how can I know what you're reading if you don't
read
tell
what I'm
me?
reading? Why don't you have anything to refute what I'm saying?
I did.
Why do you have to read what I'm
I
reading?
did. I have a NCIB that I have NCIB that disproves that. What?
What do you have to refute what I'm saying instead of just coming up and saying, well, what are you reading, Guru? You look it up.
I have looked it up, which is why I'm asking you what you're reading.
You know nothing about these studies that the UK has put out. Their health department have put out these studies.
What is their health department?
You look it up yourself.
Okay, so you don't know. Thank you.
Does that mean I don't know? Does that mean you know nothing?
Well, I mean, we're going based on your logic. I mean, I know that the NIH is European.
that.
Why are you yelling? Why are you so triggered?
I'm not triggered. Don't lie. I want you guys to notice what she's doing, right? Did you hear that little laugh she gave? She's getting pleasure off of this. She's been waiting for this opportunity to go one-on-one with me, to be able to talk to me now. Notice what she's doing, folks. Oh, I didn't tell you guys all doing the back of it. I want you guys to notice what she's doing.
So, Guru, I'm not interested in this whole meta thing that you're doing. Like, oh, you're this, you're that, you're that. I am interested in the argument.
What meta thing? What meta? No, this is part of the argument because this is what you're doing.
It's called an
No,
ad-com fallacy.
no, this is what you're doing because you're getting enjoyment and pleasure off of this. This is not just about the argument.
It is about the argument. I don't need anything else. I don't need.
I don't get pleasure off of looking at you and speaking to you. There's no pleasure I'm getting from this.
You have kept me on your platform.
Can your people say anything else besides W. Kenzie? Is that all they know? Are they just robots?
No,
Is all they
you know
is
it
W.
bothers you.
Kenzie?
That's why they're doing it.
I'm just saying, do they know anything else? Do they have a brain? Do they have their own brain?
Yeah, I just told you why they're doing it. They're doing it because it bothers you.
Oh, really? So your people want to come. So that shows immaturity, right, in them. So that means that your people, with all this education that you have, you're educating them every day on
Do
your
you know
platform.
what rejection is, Guru?
I'm speaking.
I know you're speaking, but clearly there's no rules of engagement on your platform.
Emotional intelligence. You're
Do
educating
you know
them
what
every day.
rejection is?
You're educating them, Kenzie, Jezebel, every day on your platform. Every day you're doing it.
It's
You're
fine.
giving them, I'm speaking. Every day you're giving them information and educating them on whatever facts or whatever data you think you have or your opinion. But when they come in here and follow you around, the only thing they can come up with is W. Kenzie. That's the only thing they can
Why
say.
would they make
And then
arguments
when
in the
they- when they
comments?
actually- And then when they actually come up here, when I let them up here, do you know what they say? All they do is use profanity, talk about how they're lesbians, and things of this nature. Talk about how they want to be inside your crotch. Other women, your women
So
followers. I
it's
don't
this
see
it's
any-
this that
I
I'm
don't
not
see
interested in,
any-
Guru, and this is why you focus on this because you
Are
can't
there
focus
any
on.
men in here that follow this individual right here? Request up. Do you have any male followers?
Yeah.
I'm seeing individuals that say the name Satan. Can one of your male followers come up, request up, so I
Why?
can talk to you.
Why are you not engaging in the actual arguments? Why are you doing this like meta shit?
Because you have nothing to refute what I just said. You don't even have anything on. You asked me where am I getting my information from as far as the lesbian statistics, and I gave it to you. You have nothing to go against it.
Yes, I did. I said, yes, I have a National Library of Medicine that talks about how gay and lesbian relationships are the least likely to.
Pull it up, because it does not agree.
Don't you have to like look it up?
No, you said you have it right now, so pull
I
it up.
do have it, but wait, aren't we going based on what gurus?
Well, then pull it up, because I want to see where they got their information from and how much data that they pulled from and how long they looked at these couples in these relationships. Oh, here's one of your men that. Let's see what her. Look, I want everybody to take note. This is how the men look that follow her. This is supposed to be a man. Look at this profile picture.
I'm not a man. I'm a woman, but alright.
Bro.
Is that supposed to be doing something? This isn't a picture of me, this is a picture of a famous drag queen who has more money than you'll ever make in your entire life.
Is this one of the men that like you and follow you?
Yeah, that's cool.
Hello.
You identify as a man?
Yep.
Okay. And you follow this individual down here?
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you follow her?
She's very smart.
Well, if she's very smart, the rest of you aren't that follow and watch her every night because you guys don't know nothing. You're just coming in here writing W. Kenzie and coming up here using profanity and talking about you want to be inside her crotch. Women.
I didn't do any of those things.
Do you want to be inside her crotch too, or do you like men?
I didn't do any of those things. Why are you accusing me of things I haven't done?
What do you like? What's your preference?
What is my sexual preference?
Yeah, what's your preference?
Can we like get to know each other first?
He's upset. That is really wild. That's like one of the first questions you ask someone. So I looked up your England statistics, and I think you read this study wrong. It looks like the majority of divorces in 2021 were among opposite-sex couples, but female couples made up a majority of same-sex divorces.
Here we go, folks. This is what it is. She don't have nothing. She just running her mouth again. She ain't take no time and read that fast. She just lying.
No, the majority, 111,934
Let me tell you guys
divorces.
something right here. No, it wasn't read wrong. You're lying. Let me tell you guys something. This is most of her followers. This is what they are. And let me get them up out of here because I'm tired of them spamming my comments. This is them.
Here's your question. Spell red.
Red? L-S-T-E-R.
All right. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
All right.
That's what your people sound like. I know they pissed in those comments right now. And they can't say nothing. Look, if y'all want to get on this thing and go off on her and her people, you gotta subscribe. And I got those fire emojis coming soon that look like this for my subscribers right here. There's gonna be a whole lot of them that's gonna be doing this. Oh, I got them. All my little catchphrases. Come on, Guru, when I'm slapping that thing. They lie. I got that one coming. Bell pepper. I got all that. All of this stuff that I say, I got it coming for the people that support and rock with Guru. They're coming. I just showed you a little preview of how the new ones are going to look. Listen if she's done reading the study. Are you done reading the study?
Well, yeah, I'm going to type it to you, but...
Go ahead and pull it up on the screen. Go ahead and pull it. Make sure you don't show what you're wearing right now because I know you probably ain't wearing nothing. Make sure you don't show yourself. Go ahead and pull it up on the screen.
I think you have to give me permission because it won't let me turn my camera on.
Now go ahead. I'll put you on the big screen and you can educate all of us.
Yeah, it's not letting me.
Well, then that's an error on your end.
Oh, okay.
It says you can turn your camera on in 25 seconds. Let's see if it lets you.
Okay.
What's the name of the health department? What's the name of the health department?
What? Don't you know?
Oh, you said you have it, so you have
I
it. Name
do,
it.
yeah. It's the ons.gov.uk.
Oh, really? What is it called? What's ONS?
Office for National Statistics.
What does it say for each year? What does the data show?
In 2020, there were 1,500 or 1,100 and what?
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead and turn it on and show us what you got.
It's not letting me flip my camera.
Now it's not letting you flip your camera.
Like, I can do that if you want.
No, we don't want to see you. We don't want to see anything that you have. No, that's not going to show us what we.
Come on, what are you like? Why are you like so psychotic?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to see nothing that you have going on. Who's psychotic? Really?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Allow requests. Oh, they added some new things. Allow requests from viewers. Allow requests from followers only. Oh wait, here we go. I didn't know what they did. They changed some things around.
Wait, you want me to show the other phone? Like,
no, you know we're not gonna be able to read that.
right? Like, come on. Why don't you pull it up, Guru?
She's been waiting to come on here and see me one-on-one. Go ahead. Let's see how you look. Show everyone the way you look. How Jezebel looks. This is the face of Jezebel, everyone.
Hey, what?
She's so excited to be on here. She can't help to hold that smile in. Go ahead. Let it out. Go ahead and let out that laugh and that smile. You've been waiting. This is the most action she's probably gotten from a real man in years. You see those guys that come on there, her page and talk like this. W Kenzie. Yes, Kenzie. That's what she used to do.
Even your subscribers are really nice. Wow, beautiful lady. Thank you.
You sure it's not your people that subscribe to me just so they can run their mouth?
You tell me. I mean, I know that's why you're keeping me up here.
Go ahead. What do you mean? You turned your camera on. You didn't have to turn it on. You could have said, no, I'm not going to turn it on.
Because I'm actually the only one who's willing to, like, obviously provide sources or do anything. You're just sitting there.
You haven't shown anything. You said, oh, I got this little phone.
Yeah, it won't let me flip my camera, Guru. What do you want me to do?
Take a screenshot and do a green screen.
Okay, 1 second.
They're saying you look average. They're not saying you look beautiful. Look, you say you have men following. There's a whole bunch of women in here trying to come up and talk to me. I don't see no men. You said you have male followers. Someone said definitely different from the profile picture. Of course, because she has to use a whole bunch of makeup. She can't be herself. She had to run in there and try to put something on. King said she was capping. I know, brother. I know she was capping. She had to run in there and go try to put something on real quick because she already knew, oh, if I go on this camera, then Guru's going to have me because he already said that. He figured me out.
No, I was dressed the entire time. Like, this is why you don't debate, because you don't have anything.
You don't have anything. You still haven't shown anything that you say you have it in front of you. So let's see what it actually says instead of you lying about it.
There you go.
What does it say?
Can you not read?
No, I mean, no. Look at how it looks on the screen.
You can read it. Come on, Guru. Like, why do you want me to do all the heavy lifting? In 2020, there were 1,154 divorces among same-sex couples.
You know there are attorneys who have reviewed this information and that have already looked at this. So let's do this since Kenzie wants to play.
The majority of divorces in 2021 were among opposite-sex couples.
You guys read this for yourself. I told you guys they lie, 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 they lie. Let me switch it back because I don't want to have to deal with this. Let me switch it back. Hold on 1 second, folks. They changed this thing, so I got to figure out these new settings. How in the heck does this work? Folks, give me a second. I have no idea what they did. They changed everything. Kenzie is going to lie about everything so you guys can see for yourself what this actually says because we're tired of the lies. We're tired of you running your mouth and lying. No, that's not what I want. So we're not going to deal with lies anymore. Here we go. You guys can see it for yourself. You guys can see it for yourself. I'll let her speak and she can read this. Do you guys see what this says? You guys see what this says?
Right. So that's
You
not
guys
the
see what
claim
this
that you
says?
made. That's not the claim that you made.
No, I did. I said if you look at any given year, you can look and they will show somewhere between 70 and 80% of lesbians divorcing each other, which is higher than any other group. That's what I said. It's higher than men on men. It's higher than male on male divorce rate. It's higher than heterosexual divorce rate.
No, that's not what that says. It says of gay marriages, 72% were lesbian couples.
Yes, but if you look at the heterosexual, you will see the same thing.
No,
it's not at 70.
no. It's talking about of same-sex marriages, like read it out loud. Same-sex marriages between men and women. Of those divorces, a majority of the divorces are from lesbians.
Okay, and if you go look at the
It
heterosexual
doesn't
divorce,
mean that lesbians have a 72% divorce rate.
go look at it, Jezebel. Go look at it and tell me what it says.
I already have. I've
I already
tried to
compared the
read it to
heterosexual-
you.
I've already compared the heterosexual to the lesbian. Go look at it.
It literally says the majority, 111,934 of divorces in 2021 were among opposite sex couples, with 1,571 among same sex couples. So same-sex couples have lower divorce rates than heterosexual couples.
I have it right here, the study from 2021. Where do you have it from? Where are you pulling up?
I got it from where from the UK, the ONS. It says 1.4% of divorces are same-sex
Pull up the
couples.
graph. Pull up the graph. Pull up the graph.
Which graph?
Now you acting like you don't know. See, I didn't even want to have to
There's
go
more
through
than one graph, my guy.
Pull up the graph that compares heterosexual versus same sex.
Which graph is that? Is that figure 1, figure 2? You tell me. Are you on Divorces in England and Wales 2021, Office for National Statistics?
Okay, let's look at this. Same-sex divorces. There were 1,571 same-sex divorces in 2021, right, Kenzie? This is an increase of 36.1%.
Okay.
Okay, of these divorces, 67.2 were female couples,
Right.
which was slightly lower than the proportion in 2020.
Right. So that's just saying that female couples
Hold
get
on.
divorced more than male. Because if you look right above that, what is the number for opposite sex divorces, Guru?
Yes. You're still not. Here we go. Let's try this again. Since you just keep over talking me, you don't want me to get it out. It says the divorce rate. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up because you put you on the screen now and you don't want me to put you on the big screen.
Look, I tried to flip it. I don't know what you want. I can drop and try and rejoin. Like you complain so much.
On the green screen like you have it right now.
I'm looking at my other phone. So you want me to leave the app, look this up, screenshot it? Like, why can't you do it? I don't know why I need to put it on the screen. Like, just read it. You know you're wrong.
We're talking about percentages, not raw numbers.
Why is the percentage important? Obviously, the percentage is going to be higher.
Do y'all hear her now? Now she's changing it.
Wait, Guru, I didn't even stop talking. I didn't even finish my statement.
Oh my God. This is insane, folks. I've never seen nothing.
How much did same-sex divorces go up? Like, what is the volume? So it was 1,154 in 2020 and 1,571. So that's a little bit more than 400. Of course, that's going to have a higher percentage than when we're talking about same-sex couples in the hundreds of thousands.
Kenzie, I've
That's why the
done.
percentage is not good. That's why you went rate, my guy.
Kenzie, that's what I said the whole time. What are you talking about, my guy?
It is
I
not.
said,
You
I
said
said the
that
rate.
same-sex
The
couples have
entire
80%
time.
divorce rates, and that's
The
not
entire
true.
time I mentioned the rate.
You
So
did not.
what are you talking?
What is
are you
rate?
talking about?
What is rate? What is the rate?
Kenzie, what are you talking about? Because the
What is
entire
the
time, that's
rate?
what I mentioned.
No, you haven't. I don't even think you know the difference between rate and percentage.
Oh, okay, I'm trying to change this. Rate is per 1,000. But you can draw a percentage from the rate. Can you not?
No, percentage has to do with volume, where
You can't
rate
get a
has to do with
percentage from-
adjusted for
You
volume.
can't get a percentage from rate.
My God, Guru, tell me what is the difference? How many?
You can't get a percentage when you look at so many. If you say there's 10
percentage
divorces
rate is
per
different.
1,000, if you say there's 10 divorces per 1,000 couples, you can't get a percentage from that. Are you serious?
You can get a percent because you're just reducing it down to the 100. But rate, it's more effective because then we're.
Thank you.
Bro, you're so bad at this.
Somebody said Guru would have been a good lawyer. I know.
No, he wouldn't have. He's made so many wrong claims and won't even admit it. Well,
I said we're not looking at raw numbers. We're looking at what the rates show.
you try to make it so that lesbian couples had the highest divorce rate, and that's not true.
What's the divorce rate of of heterosexual couples according to ONS? What's the divorce rate?
Are we talking about in terms of percentage? Of the divorces, they make up 98%.
No, I didn't say. You're still looking at raw numbers. That's not going to work.
Then tell me what the rates are, Guru. I've asked you for your source, and you won't give it to me.
I just told you.
Where's your source?
Do you see this right here? Do you see this?
Yes. I'm on the same thing. So where are we looking?
Okay, Kenzie, I've been reading it to you the whole time.
Tell me where we're looking. I have it up.
What do you mean? Where are we looking? We're looking
Give
the whole thing.
Give me the specific bullet points.
If you start on the main points,
Give me the bullet point that says the rates.
If you start on the main points of the study, what do you see, Kenzie?
In 2021, there were 113,505 divorces granted in England.
Which is raw numbers. That's a raw number, right?
So tell me where you're referencing rates.
Is that a raw number?
What do you mean by raw number?
113. That's a number. That's not a rate, correct?
Correct.
Okay. 113, 500. So then if you look at the number of lesbian divorces, what do you see? What do you get? 1,571, right?
No, that was same sex.
Sorry, not same sex, but 67. So almost 70% of those were female couples.
Okay.
Do you see that, right?
Yes, we already read that.
All right. So of that, you would have to prove. That means you would have to prove, right? That out of the 100, so that means out of 100% of same sex. Follow my logic. Out of 100% of same sex divorces, almost 70% were female lesbians. Right? So that means you would have to prove that heterosexuals are getting divorced at over a 70% rate or 68% rate.
Then we would have to go into based on how many marriages there are, which you don't have that data.
That they're getting divorced at 68%.
Wait, you're comparing divorce to divorce. We would need to compare marriage to divorce.
Oh my goodness, folks! I can't deal with this individual. Let's see if Black Jesus can deal with her. I can't deal with you.
I knew you couldn't do it.
No, but you know why? Because you're full of ish.
Guru, that doesn't tell you anything.
I literally just said you're trying to compare raw numbers, 115,000 divorces, with the raw numbers of the lesbian, which is 15 or 67% of 1,500.
Guru,
you can't do that.
Guru, how do you determine the rate of divorce?
Hold on, I'm speaking. You have to look at if you're going to do that, then it's not going to be a comparison because there's way more heterosexuals than there are lesbian marriages and divorces.
I understand that, but how can you?
That means you have to go by the rate.
You haven't given a rate.
Percentage.
You haven't given a rate, Guru.
We're looking at it right now. It's telling us that it's telling us that 67%.
That's not a rate.
It's telling us that 67% of same-sex divorces are lesbian, correct?
If we were to get a rate of divorce, you would need to know how many marriages there are.
Oh my goodness.
It's essentially saying of the pie of divorce, 67% is lesbian.
I've been talking the whole time about divorces. I said that when you look at divorces, you guys, what was the initial thing I said? You guys as women can't stay together. It's not even a comparable figure when you look at lesbians divorcing versus heterosexual couples.
Then you need to know marriages, Guru.
You don't. You can look at divorce on divorce.
No, you can't. How can you know how many are staying together if you don't know marriages?
Please talk to her, Black Jesus.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Miss Jezebel. Miss Jezebel, what is it that the point that you're making is what, that women do a better job picking partners and staying together?
No, Guru. It was a statement that Guru made.
No, what is I know that you want to decompose what Guru says, right? But your position is not a decomposition of somebody else's position. What is your position?
I didn't make any claim. I was
So
refuting.
all right. So I got it. I know. And I deal with folks all the time who have no position of their own, none. The only thing that they have is an argument against somebody else. So I'm asking you, do you have anything that you're trying to say, or are you just here to try to decompose and combat what Guru says? Do you have a position?
In regards to what?
In regards to anything that drove you up here, besides the fact that you don't like Guru and you want to disagree with him, do you have something you...
I'm anti-patriarchy.
Okay, all right. So you're anti-patriarchy. So what does anti-patriarchy mean to you?
Can we hold on one second, brother, before you continue? Can we use this as a figure, since you want to say all this? Can we look at duration of marriage?
For what?
Same sex versus opposite sex. Same sex females versus opposite sex. Can we look at that? Can you look at this page and tell me what it says?
Number 4.
What is this? What's the duration of opposite sex couples for marriage versus same sex females? What's the duration?
The median duration at divorce was 12.3 years, an increase compared to 11.9. This is slightly below the highest value.
What does it say for women, females? Right here.
Trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. Relax. For same-sex divorces in 2021, the median duration of marriage was 5.9 years for male same-sex couples and 5.1 years for female same-sex couples.
Okay, does this prove my point that you guys can't stay together for long? So this is showing we can look at duration. Since you want to look at nothing else, let's look at duration. This shows us that heterosexuals stay married way longer, more than twice the amount. Even male on male stay together longer. So once again, it proves my point. You guys don't stay together for anywhere as near as 2 men together or a woman and a man being together. Hello?
1 second, I'm reading.
Oh, now she's reading. Now she don't know what to say, folks.
Well, I'm reading both paragraphs. I don't know why you get so bent that I actually want to read the information before I make a claim, unlike you. Like, come on.
No, don't deflect. It's very easy to
not
read what it was
deflecting.
that was there. It's double the
I'm not
time.
deflecting. I'm
Look,
reading
I got
the
it. I got it. My point is,
Yes, I would say because they're just going based on median. So yes, because there is more marriages of heterosexual, that would affect the median age. Come on.
no, it does not. No, it does
You
not.
don't think if you have a higher
it
sample
does not.
that
It's
would
not
No, it
age,
does
it's
not. Because
duration.
the median,
It's not
hold
age,
on.
it's duration.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. So no, that is a false claim. Those numbers are not correlative at all. If it showed that they stayed married for 20 years, you wouldn't be saying anything about the size of them or their proportion. It's the only reason you're making this point is because it doesn't fit your agenda. And if you aren't aware of your bias, then hold on. The way that you want to have this conversation is to try to interrupt and overtalk whenever somebody is making a counterpoint that shows that, no, you're doing it again. You're doing it right now. I'm speaking.
to me about my behavior.
No.
I don't need a lecture, Black Jesus.
I know you don't.
I think the fact that you're up here shows that he can't actually engage. And yes, when it
All right. So the point that I'm making is simply this. A lot of times we talk to folks like you. And when we talk to folks like you think that the way to win an argument isn't to be able to present your own premise and then support it. What you do instead is your entire premise is just an argument against something you don't like without having an actual position of your own, which you've already admitted is the reason you're up here. Or B, you think that the way to to win an argument is to deflect, frustrate the conversation by weaponizing ignorance, overtalk the other person whenever they're trying to make a point, and not concede any points that don't fit your narrative. And you continue to do that until you frustrate the conversation until it no longer exists. And everybody can see that is what you are doing. And the fact that you're used to winning arguments this way with other people, and there are other women who like your agenda and your bias so much that they just agree with you as long as you're able to not agree and frustrate the conversation, doesn't make you smarter than anybody. And it doesn't mean you know something they don't and that they're just so ignorant that they don't get it. If you had better ideas, you would lay out your point and support it and then be able to genuinely defend that support. But that is not what you're doing. All you're doing is over talking to try to make it impossible for anybody to see what his counterpoints are and deflect and frustrate the conversation. That is all you're trying to do. And that's why every time somebody goes back and forth with you, all you can do is cut off. That's the best you got. If you could do better, you would do it. You would destroy us with data. You would frustrate and talk circles around us with a better position. But you're not doing that. You're just not respecting the basic etiquette of a conversation to try to keep it from moving forward.
Black Jesus, my question to you before she responds is, can we look at, my claim originally was that lesbian women, they don't stay together.
They don't. And they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and I said that too. I said they don't stay together for anywhere near as long as heterosexual or even two men being together. And she said, what data do I have to back it up? So I just showed the duration. Since she didn't want to go by anything else that I put up, I showed the duration of marriage.
Yeah, she tried to act like this is affected by the population size.
Right. Would you say that this is decent enough information to show that what I said is true?
Correct. It is. And she knows it too. And that's why she has no refutation for it. All she did was act like she couldn't read it fast enough. And that's what kept her from understanding it. It very clearly shows that the marriages last 2 to almost 3 times longer with everybody else except for 2 women. Y'all can't get along with nobody. And that's why women say, oh, I get along better with guys. I like having guy friends. And you don't hear any heterosexual men ever in the history of never say, you know what, I like to only have female friends because they're so much easier to get along with. Everybody knows that you guys are temperamental, emotionally volatile, and difficult to get along with. And we love you anyways. But pretending as if you guys are the easier sex to get along with is fucking insane. And nobody's going to go into Delulu land with you to agree with that, except for other women who can't get along with men and need to try to make it seem like that's because we're tough to deal with. When the fact of the matter is most of you aren't even capable of a genuine conversation, which you are evidencing here.
Kenzie, I don't know what all this stuff, because when I try to show this stuff,
I don't mind the double team. I can take both of you, but you're not even letting me talk.
There's no double team going on. I just asked him if he wanted to talk to you because I'm
You absolutely are. Then why are you talking? Then why are you talking?
I proved my point.
You did not. You said that lesbians divorce at 80%, and you misread the statistic. And now you're saying that's not what I said.
I did not say that.
I
did not say that. I said, Kenzie, I did not say that.
To address Black Jesus, you're incorrect when you're representing the 44%.
No. You're not even going back to what my original claim was.
What's your claim?
My original claim, I gave it to you. I said, you guys, assault. You said, okay, I want to deal with the assault thing first. You said, you didn't even read that study right, Guru, because if you read it right, you said if you would have read it right, 1/3 of those females said that they had actual boyfriends.
That it was male offenders, yes.
Yeah, that's what you said. It was male. Okay.
Correct.
And then you were dealing with my second claim, which was, you said you wanted to address my second claim, which was about the fact that you guys don't stay together.
That was not your claim. You said that lesbian relationships divorce at 80%.
Here we go, folks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's say this. If he was wrong about it being 80% and it's 70%, is that sufficient then to still say that they
incorrect as well? That's he did not. It is not 80% of lesbian marriages.
Let's accept your premise that it's not 80%.
Why are you talking over me?
Let's accept your premise that it's not 80%. What is the percentage?
It's not a premise. That is a counter.
All right, whatever. I'm not going to argue semantics with you because that is your only position.
I'm not making a
all right. Well, then what's the number?
Correction. You're just wrong.
That's fine. What's the percentage then?
What's the rate? The rate that I found is 14%.
No. I said, what's the percentage then?
Percentages of marriages to divorce?
No, you know what I'm talking about. Weaponizing
That is
ignorance
the
as if you
claim
don't
that he
understand the
made.
question.
That
No,
is the claim that he made, Black
I asked you,
Jesus.
I heard you.
Wait, no.
I
I
asked
need
you a
you to
question.
stop talking.
No, I asked you a question. I asked you a question, and you understand the question, but you're not answering it, and I think you're doing that for a reason. So you said it's not
I'm
80%.
asking
So I
for
asked you,
context to your question.
no, you're
And
not.
will-
You
yes,
understand what's
I
being
am.
asked of you.
Yes, I am.
You understand what's being asked of you. That's why you knew to, you can say it's not 80%, but you're not going to say what the percentage is. I asked you directly, what is the percentage, since you know it's not 80%. And now you're acting like you don't understand the question. This is called weaponizing ignorance. And it's a form of deflection when you don't have a fucking argument. So that's what you're
I just
doing.
found another one of her people up. Just to are you one of Kenzie's people so she don't feel like she's being attacked?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one of your people. Now there's 2 on 2. Let's see if she has any data, Black Jesus. Do you have any data for us? I don't know what happened to the brother. Can you unmute yourself and give us your data?
I don't have any stats. I just have anecdotal experience. So
you have an anecdotal experience, so you have no data.
correct.
So once again, Kenzie, your people don't even know what to come up here and do. They know that when they come up here and debate me, like you say, that I don't have anything for you. I can't handle you one-on-one.
I mean, I did
Your
look,
people
and it
don't
doesn't
have-
say
your people
80%,
come up
so it
here
doesn't
with
negate the fact that you are
experiences.
incorrect.
They have to overtalk me. She's probably going to call me misogynistic. She's probably going to say that I'm angry, I'm yelling. She's probably going to say all of these things. But your people actually have nothing. How are you educating your people over there with all this data and statistics, and they have nothing? They can't even come to you with none of this stuff. I actually can prove this stuff and pull it up on the screen and show it. Why can't your people do this? They come up here and help you, and they just have anecdotal experience. They just want to talk about my penis is small. They just want to say they want to be in your crotch. That's the only thing they say.
I mean, if
Women.
you just say that it's not 80%, so again, it does negate the fact that your analysis was incorrect.
That is not what was said. Once again, you guys lie. You guys lie and lie some more. That is not what was said.
And even if we granted the argument, even if we were to grant the argument that that was what he said and that he was wrong, I asked for what the percentage is. Since obviously you know his percentage is wrong, then that means you can give the percentage that is
Here,
right.
give me 1 second. I'll screenshot it and put it up. Give me 1
You
second.
can just tell me I'm wrong, but they don't have, even if they're, like you said, even if they're saying I'm wrong, because that's not what was said. That's not even the argument that
I know
was
it's called a straw man argument.
I can pull it up.
A straw man argument is when you make a point that somebody else is not making, and you try to get them to argue against the point that you have made for them, and not the point that they are making. And so that's what we do.
So if you guys would stop over talking me, thank you so
Well,
much.
you said nobody needs to stop talking so you can pull something up. You can go ahead and pull it up, and when you have it up, we'll listen to you.
I have it. Just need to go on pause.
Okay, well, go ahead. We're listening. Oh, you don't have it. Okay.
I have it pulled up on my phone.
All right. Well, you go ahead and
Typical
get that
man,
together.
typical man.
We got it. We got it. Just you find the data instead of deflecting. Typical woman. Jesus.
Well, I would love to have Christy come up here. Christy, are you in here? Why don't you request to come up?
Oh, Christy and I agree. We talk all the.
Yeah.
You don't
find the
even know.
data and stop trying to talk about your relationship with Christy. Just find the data. Yeah. So the point that I'm making is this. And you know what my position is on dealing with folks like this, and that is you just leave these people alone. Like, this is good content to make. People, 900 people come in the room to sit up and listen to these women flip-flop and weaponize ignorance and deflect and not answer straight questions and act like they don't know what's being said, and for their entire position to only be to combat yours but have no idea of their own, except we hate men, right? We've
Made a promise.
like it's okay to, well, I'm speaking, I'm gonna land and then you can go ahead. Right. And so, no, you didn't. You just have a bias, and your bias is the destruction of patriarchy.
Anti-patriarchal. Yes.
Right. I know. And to that point, Guru, check this out. Patriarchy is never not going to exist, ever. With large groups of people, especially, it's never not going to exist. And I'm going to tell you why. Because men have a biological directive to reproduce, and women have a biological directive to reproduce with men that they see as superior to them. Until women want to date, fuck, marry, have children for men who are less productive than them, patriarchy will never not be the case. Because whenever you put people together and they have to accomplish a goal, they have two choices. One is to cooperate and the other one is to compete. In cooperation, you have to say, hey, this is what you have, this is what I have, let's work together to try to get there. Competition means this is what you have, this is what I have, let's see who gets there first. And in situations where we are in the workplace with one another or in the government or any type of group, men have to outwork women to get their genes into the next generation of people. Women require it. They absolutely require it as a group. So men are always going to outcompete women. In addition to that, we were made to outcompete you. We're bigger, stronger, faster, the whole 9 yards. We work harder and longer. Our emotions don't get in the way as much. So we are never, ever, ever not going to be above you, ever, because you like it that way. The only man you want to date, nope, I'm making a point. The only man you want to have sex with, no, I can mute you if you can't control your own mouth.
I can control it. Can you?
I got you. There you go. Let me hook your ass up real quick. I'll finish my point and then we can go back into the conversation. But this argument against patriarchy is an argument against your natural self. And because when we look at the men that you have dealt with before you started switch hitting, they're all bigger, stronger, smarter, faster, more competitive, more competent, more productive than you ladies. On average, that is the only man that you want. So in your personal dating life, it's nothing but patriarchy in terms of who you pick. But then you come out into the world because you don't know how to deal with those men because your egos are too big or you're too hurt or too traumatized to be able to stay in your feminine. So because of that, you sit up and you want to destroy the patriarchy and argue that all women should go ahead and be lonely just like you because you can't get along with nobody. But patriarchy is never going anywhere until women are willing to do what men are willing to do. And men are willing to take care of a woman for her whole natural life. Men are willing to take care of a woman for their whole natural life.
No, they're not.
No. I know that I know you don't think that, but that's okay. 56% of married women don't work. So women who get married, for those who get married and make it the long haul, damn near or a little bit over half of them work and the rest of them don't. 44% of married women do not work. 56% of women do work.
I mean, I can only imagine why.
And that's not because of checking accounts in the 1970s or some shit like that. That's because the fact of the matter is very simple. Women would rather fuck the man who builds the house than build the house themselves. And that's why the only communities that are completely ran by women, there's a community in Kenya, right just outside of Kenya in Africa, and they live in houses made out of cow shit and grass. Because when we leave it to you to do by yourself, you can't build anything bigger than a wigwam to live in with a single school, even with government funding. That's why Amazonia doesn't exist anywhere and it never will, because you'll always prefer to fuck the man that builds a house than to build the house yourself. So patriarchy is never going anywhere because you are utterly and completely dependent on men.
Okay. So first off, so you are aware that women don't necessarily need a man physically to reproduce, correct?
I'm not having a silly argument with you.
Exactly, because you know you'll take the L on that one.
No. I don't care about that. I got it. You want to use science and technology to try to reproduce autonomously.
Yeah, and
don't
it
care.
works.
I don't care. For the 1% of what? No, the reason I don't care is because I care about minority, majority, possibility, and probability. And bringing up two-headed snakes and three-legged dogs to try to act like all dogs don't have 4 legs and all snakes don't have 1 head, because you want to bring up 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of instances to act like that's some point to make is a waste of my fucking time. That's why I'm not going into the argument with you. So let's keep it moving.
Well, at least we know it is.
I know. Scientifically, you can put a uterus inside of a man, and he can do
No,
some
we cannot
silly.
do that. No, that's not possible.
You can do some silly, scientific, stupid pseudo shit with him too, and that's fine. But it's not worth discussing.
Uterus can go into biological.
I'm not having a discussion with you about science fiction. Let's keep it moving.
Science fiction. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Let's keep it moving.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, you okay? I'll take that L. Women, there are women who can have a science procedure done on them to reproduce without a man, with a ton of science. It's completely unnatural, the whole 9 yards, but that's fine. Great argument. If that's the best you got, thanks for that. Have a good night. Yeah. Some stupid myopic possibility. This is like trying to save for retirement by buying lottery tickets. It's a dumb argument. Let's keep it going.
Okay. That's okay. Second point is why are you so emotional?
I know. I'm not talking about my emotions. Stick to the topic.
Exactly, because you're emotional.
I know. That's fine. Let's see
Also,
more.
Why did you block Jaden?
Yeah. Let's just keep it moving. Do you got any? Do you have a premise? Do you have a premise?
I have a premise that Gruber's moms need to stop being so fragile.
So, I disagree with your premise that patriarchy will always exist, and that it has always existed. Is this the part where you're quiet? We're really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Just make your point. Yeah.
Well, then be quiet.
Yeah, go to some tribal community. Go to some tribal community with less than a couple hundred.
I'm sorry. Is it your turn to talk again?
Let's go ahead. Let's hear about more anecdotal arguments that have nothing to do with the vast majority of people.
Let them put their foot in their mouth.
Let's hear about some 1% of cultures. Let's hear about it. Go.
Patriarchy is actually relatively new. Like, if we look at the origin of patriarchy, the earliest recordings we would have would be right around Mesopotamia. And that is due to the domestication of animals as well as the invention of pottery and other tools.
The rise of civilization.
which the invention of pottery I would like to highlight was women's work, to essentially where men were able to leverage resources in order to subjugate and oppress women.
Oh, that's sad. He got banned.
Prior to that, no, society was more egalitarian, and I would even argue more matriarchal, because when it comes to maternity line, it's much more easily established when it comes to who the mother of the child is than who the father is. And so women were revered and honored, unlike how you men treat women today.
All right, that sounds good. That's a good one. Okay, so you're conflating that with the rise of civilization itself, because there's 8 elements that go into denoting whether or not a group of people can be is what we call civilized, and one of them, and that started in Mesopotamia. So you're talking about matriarchy ruled the world when the world was in utter and complete chaos and nothing was being built. Records weren't being kept about anything. That's why there's really nothing to speak to this shit. The only thing that you can talk about are tribal communities and life before people knew how to work together long enough to grow a fucking plant to eat. Got it. Great point. It's a great
That's
point.
not what I said. That was
I know it's not what you said, but I'm familiar with the rise of society, and I'm familiar with the 8 elements that make that up in Mesopotamia. And that's the point you have. You're talking about pre-civilization. Women ruled the world.
Hold on one
Right.
second. I just
Got
realized
it.
That was
something.
the beginning of civilization.
Yeah, is when the beginning of civilization is when you ladies
Hold on
were
a
no
second,
longer
brother.
in charge of shit. Got it.
Hold on a second, brother. Hold on a second. Jezebel, I just thought about something for a minute, and I was like, why did I not think of this earlier? Why is there no marriage rate for same-sex lesbian women? Do you know the answer for that?
No. And I don't know if I agree with that. I did find from the Williams Institute that the gay
Let me
marriage
tell you why.
divorce
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because your people said I don't know what definitions are.
I
Let me
don't
tell
know
you
why
why.
you keep saying
Let me
you
tell you
people.
why,
I'm
lady.
not
Let me
a
tell you.
lesbian.
Let me tell you why. Can you be quiet so I can speak on it?
No.
Here's why. Oh, you're not going to be quiet. Okay.
So I disagree that we don't have a rate. From the Williams Institute, it says same-sex couples is 1.1 and heterosexual couples is 1.6. So heterosexual couples is higher.
Is there one for lesbian women?
Not
Is there
study.
one for lesbian women? Yes or no?
Not study.
Do you know why? That was my question to you. Do you know why?
Asked and answered.
Huh?
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered. What?
You already asked me that question, and I already answered. That's what asked and answered means.
Okay.
Why don't you just make the statement, Guru?
Okay. Here's why. Do you realize what marriage rate means? It's when you're looking at the number of individuals that are married per 1,000 in population, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't really get, that's what that means. You guys don't get married. There's not enough of you that even get married.
I am not a lesbian, Guru.
Aren't you into women?
I am not a lesbian. No.
Well, why did you get happy and excited about that woman wanting to be in your crotch?
Because it annoyed you.
Okay, I have
What?
Entire position.
Imagine if a man did that. Imagine if a man got excited about another man being on his penis.
Yeah, her entire position is
I'm sorry, I'm not homophobic.
contrarian. Her entire
Okay,
position
can I
is
finish my
contrarian.
point?
She has
Can I
no
finish
point
my-
of her own.
Hold on, let me finish
I
the point.
have
The
made
reason
a
why I
point,
made-
Black Jesus.
Jezebel, the reason why I made that statement is because you would have to have, in order to define the rate of lesbians, you would have to have a significant number of lesbians getting married in the thousands. You guys don't do that.
I have some stats on
I'm
this.
not a lesbian, Guru.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. So therefore, they don't. When I'm looking at all this data, they only name the rate of marriages with opposite sex couples.
Well, yeah, for a long time, gay people haven't been able to get married.
Guru.
Oh, now they haven't been able to get. They have been able to get. Are you serious?
Yeah, since 2016.
No, 14. It's been a decade now in England.
No, when Obama was in office. That's when it got
It's been a
legalized in the
decade.
US.
It's been a decade in England.
Okay, well, that's England, though. That's not the United States.
The exact starting point of civilization is debated, but it's generally believed to have begun around 3,300 years before or BCE in Mesopotamia with the Sumerians. This marked the development of writing, agriculture, organized urban centers. The moment that you said that up until Mesopotamia, women rule, and so basically
I
there
have
was
it
no writing, reading.
9,500
There was
BC.
there was no writing, reading, no nothing. Yeah, 9,500 BC puts it back another 5,000 years.
It's a conservative estimate.
It doesn't matter.
So
hold on.
if we look at the entire existence of our human
Hey,
species, that's
hey.
hundreds of
I'm
thousands
still,
of years old.
hey,
No,
Jezebel.
that's hundreds of thousands of years
I'm
of
still
tribal.
confused. Jezebel, I'm still confused by you and your statement and what you just said about we haven't been or lesbians haven't been able to get married until recently.
For that
What if
long
that
is
have
what I
been?
said.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay.
And
I'm glad
I've
you-
actually even given you the rate.
Can I get my point out? I'm glad you guys said that. Can I get my point out?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sweetie.
Okay, here's the point. You guys just did yourself a grade. Here's the point. Do you know that women were not able to file for divorce until when? When were they able to file for divorce?
I'm personally not into this like Kenzie, so she'll have to take this one.
What, like 1974? Are we talking about no fault divorce?
Yes. When were they able to file no fault divorce?
What was that, 1974?
Okay, so they were able to finally get out of all these marriages, right? So when they were able to finally get out of all these marriages, guess what they did? They got out of them en masse.
1969.
They got out of them en masse. So when you look at the divorce rates, what happened with divorce? If you go look at the graph, it is a huge bell curve.
Okay.
So huge because there were so many that filed when they finally were able to, they did it. How come when you guys were finally able to marry each other, there was no huge amount of thousands and thousands and thousands of y'all marrying each other?
Because not all women are lesbian. That's a stupid question.
No, her point was we weren't able. She just made the opposite point. She said we weren't able or women weren't able to get married
Which is,
until recently.
yeah, which is correct. 2015 for lesbians and
Then you would
gay
have to
men.
use the same logic and say, well, when you were finally able to get married, then thousands and thousands and thousands or millions of y'all should have done it.
Well, no, because you're comparing heterosexual relationships to lesbian relationships. There's obviously less lesbians than there are
Because there
heterosexual.
is no logical point that you can make.
No.
If you say that women en masse filed for divorce in the 70s because they finally were able to, and you say, oh yes, that makes sense. Yeah, we're finally able to. But when I say the same thing about lesbian marriages, they were finally able to get married. How come you guys didn't get married?
Because there aren't as many lesbians as there are heterosexual women.
But that defeats your previous argument because
No,
the
it
previous argument the previous argument that you guys just made was that we weren't able to get married or lesbians were not able to get married.
You asked me why I didn't think there.
Now you're pulling up something totally different.
You asked me why I didn't think there was a rate is because they haven't been able to get married for very long, so there isn't.
Right.
So there
So you
isn't.
can't
Oh my God! So there isn't a lot of data.
Yeah.
Jeez, this isn't hard, Guru.
It is hard if you want to make comparisons between heterosexual relationships and lesbian relationships when it's convenient, and then you want to disavow the same premise when it is not convenient. That makes it difficult. That's the moving of that goalpost
Like,
is what makes it
no one cares.
inconvenient.
Like, you don't even know what's going on.
I know. And then in addition to that, just like I don't know what's going on, you made another point that countered against your point. You put Mesopotamia and a rise of civilization back to 9,000 BC. And that's even further back in time. Just because it's a bigger number doesn't mean it's closer. That if you understood how time was, nope, you're not going to overtalk. Nope, you're not going to overtalk. If you
I'm
understood
aware of what I said, Black Jesus, that I made it.
Can I share some so stats? if you wanted to make nope, hold on, I was saying something. If
Fat shaming this woman, I'm coming up here to defend
You
this
did
woman.
fat shame. Whether you want to admit that or not.
You changed your profile picture, you changed your name.
I get nothing to do with you. That's strange that you keep saying that.
You thought I wasn't going to recognize your voice. And then here's the other thing that you did. You said that before, that all I do is sexualize your body and all I do is mention
I never said that.
sex toys and all these things, but you keep coming back. For someone that's bullying you, for someone that's double teaming you, say that I don't talk to you one-on-one. I gave you plenty of time tonight. We
No, you
talked
didn't.
one-on-one.
No, you didn't.
Oh, really?
Jezebel, you've had so much time up here. It's been at least an hour.
Not one-on-one, Nikki. I don't need why you're interjecting if you're not on a side.
She is on the side. She's on my side.
You said you're not on Guru's side, you're not on my side, you're on the fact side. Like, I don't know why you're interjecting
That
if
means
you're
she's
not
on
on a
my
side.
side.
Oh, she
That
is on your
means she's
side.
on my side
Did
because she's on
she
the side.
ever say the title of that study that she has?
That means
I
she's on
tried
the
to
side.
tell you.
She's on my
I tried to tell you the title of the study, and then as soon as I went to say it, you started talking more about the facts on DV. So I'm happy to give you the title of the study.
Yeah, what is the title? I can't hear you when you leave the app.
Yeah.
20 years of gay marriage in the Netherlands. And this is the study they did from 2010 to 2020, measuring all marriage and divorce rates when it was legal for same sex and heterosexual marriages. So it's like I'd say a pretty accurate, like.
What is the title?
20 years of gay marriage in the Netherlands. It's on their government website. And they have all sorts of fun graphics on there for you to look at.
Is this it right here?
Yeah, this looks like it. Yeah, this looks like it. So if you go down here, and again, yes, it's only.
Wait, what is? Oh, okay, I see.
It's a small swath of people, but it's a really unique study in that it's only looking at the years where it was legal for everybody to marry and divorce. So I just think this is like an important one to add into the data. And I think if you scroll about halfway down, you'll see the divorce rates, and it'll be a graph, and like you'll see lesbian, gay men, and heterosexual.
Can you read that? Whatever your name is, Jezebel. Can you read that? You keep asking what the name of the thing is. There it is right there. Can you read it? And once again, she said she's on the side of truth. So she would have listened to me tonight. Nikki, is that what you said? You're on the side of truth, right?
I'm on the side of facts. I'm not just going to agree with Guru or Jezebel because I happen to like someone more than another person. But, you know.
So I'm asking you, based off of going off of truth and facts tonight, who has appeared to be telling the truth?
Guru has, because he's been pulling up statistics, and I have not yet seen Jezebel give statistics that counter the ones Guru has shown us.
Thank you, sister, for coming in here and stating that you're just on the side of truth. I don't ask people to take my side for things. If you show me some things and say that I'm wrong, I'm a liar or whatever, then we can address that. But don't come in here with no gossip. This is not a gossip stream. It's not a gossip channel. This is nothing. Don't come in here with, Guru, we heard this about you. We heard that. Do they have any proof of any of it? No. They're just running their mouth lying. We want to see data. We want to see statistics. We want to see receipts. If you can't show no proof, no receipts, no facts, I don't want to hear it. You're just running your mouth. I don't want to hear about no anecdotal. I don't want to hear about your emotions. We want to see evidence. Prove to me, we didn't show so much. Prove to me that all this evidence is wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm getting on these platforms and using all of y'all emotions to just stir up a bunch of mess. Haven't y'all seen what happened to this brick situation? That was all from women going crazy. Oh my God, yes, I remember so many times when I came out. I didn't give out my number and these guys got violent. And finally somebody hit a woman with the brick. Oh my God, men are so sick. They're so gross. Ah! The whole time she been lying.
Guru, good evening, grand rising to everybody in the panel. I'm not going to stay for very long here. I'm from the UK. I've been listening for a couple of hours now. And what I do want to say is, in regards to, is it Black Jesus? I agree with a lot of what you've said in regards to the position that men and women hold in society and that we've gotten things twisted. I agree with that. In order for men to receive what they want from women, women have to be provided for, protected for. And unfortunately, when you hear women speaking in a manner of which they are not in need because of things that they want, it's a bit disappointing. And you must remember not to represent everybody. The same way I don't represent everybody, I'm just speaking for me. But in general, it seems to me that men want women and women want men, but because we're not receiving in the way that we think we should or are entitled to, we misconstrue things. And then we start talking a whole heap of bullshit. And we then start putting things out there. And like Nikki said, what's her name? Jezebel? I don't even like that name. But you're representing the wrong way, especially for someone that says that they're straight. It seems like you're arguing, you're talking a lot of shit just for talking's sake. So it's just a whole heap of noise that you're just making noise inside the chat. That's all I'm hearing is a whole heap of noise. And a lot of petty and childish responses. Nothing that you have done so far has given me any reason to think that what you're into, I want to know about. I just want to say that. It hasn't made me think that maybe I want to be a feminist. Now, as you can probably hear, I'm a woman that at the moment, I'm very much in my masculine mode. And there's a reason for that because I've had to battle thus far. But it doesn't mean that I don't understand the power of being put in my feminine mode. And I would love to be put in my feminine mode and have a man that is able to take accountability and responsibility, provide for me, keep me safe, take care of my emotional, psychological and financial needs. in order for me to become his peace. Because that's what our job is, for us to become their peace and for them to be our strength. So why are you fighting it for, Jezebel? I don't understand that. What's all this animosity? And you see, it's almost like to say you're taking it as a weakness. You must have strength in your silence, my girl. You need to go back to the drawing board and go learn about yourself. Because the way you're responding to a lot of what is being said is making you sound bitter, immature, amateur. And it's also putting you in a position where you end up coming out with stuff that I can't even back you with as a woman. It's embarrassing. And it doesn't matter what country I come from. You're embarrassing, Jezebel. You need to fix up and go back to the drawing board and spend some time with yourself and understand as a woman what you really need in life, and the reason why you was put on here on earth was to go forth and multiply. So any man that's around you, if you have not experienced being put in a safe enough place to feel confident in your feminine space, then admit that. But don't turn around and blame the man then for it. You understand? It's down to who you're choosing, my girl. Think about that, because I'm sure if a man was to able to put you in your feminine space and you was to feel safe and protected, all this shit you're coming out with, all this backling back and forth with the man you're coming out, you wouldn't feel the need to. But at the same time, the men them out there need to also put themselves in a position to allow a woman to feel safe in her feminine space. You put her in a position where she's having to take on half of your masculine energy and half of your masculine decisions. It's people like Jezebel you get. So everybody needs to do work on themselves, you understand? And it's not a matter of, you see, a woman can still work if a woman's in a relationship, because I run a business, don't get it twisted. I'm a very independent warrior. I come from a bloodline of warriors. So I don't need a man. I want a man. But I also understand in me wanting a man, if he's able to put me in a space where I don't have to worry about nothing else but him, then that allows us to go forward and start to be progressive in our relationships and our emotions and our development. It means that you can move forward, man. But there's too much of this. There's too much of this. Why are you battling against the men? I don't even know why. And if you know what, the fact that you've been up here for an hour arguing with the man, it's almost like you want for fuck him and you can't even say, as a man like him, you want. Because why are you here entertaining it, my girl? The two of you and Riley. Why? And Riley, why are you even backing her up? And you aren't even bigger idiot. It's like you want to get yourself. Mom used to always tell you, say, don't get yourself licked for friends, you know. Don't get beat for friends. Mind you, defending Riley.
What? Why am I
Defend
defending
yourself
her?
and know your own narrative as to why you're here, because your head back will get shell out for Jezebel.
I mean, I watch her lives. I support her. I stand for what she
Mind what you're
stands for.
supporting, because I will shell out your head back because you're a liability. Hear what I'm saying to
Okay,
you.
great. I'm not going to subscribe to other people's opinions.
Exactly. Subscribe to your own.
I gotta give you something. I gotta give you a gift. Hold on, brother. I gotta give her a gift. For
I'm gonna go on mute because I think I said enough.
give her a
Greetings
gift.
and blessings to everybody, yeah?
Sister, here's your gift for tonight.
Oh, bless you.
Let me play it again.
Yeah, I like that. Are you kid? Knockout man. Or do I used to prefer Chang Li, but I'll take him. Thank you.
Perfect.
You win perfect. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Dr.
sister.
Lucas.
That was amazing.
Body, become stable as a man, and then deal with a woman who has traditional values. The rest of these women who are arguing, trying to have an argument about being a hoe, she wants to argue about being a hoe. That is not your wife, bro. That is not the mother of your children. She is going to teach your children. That is not your wife, bro. That is not the mother of your children. She is going to teach. She is going to teach your daughter that she can have a hoe phase too. And who in the fuck wants that? So it's okay, ladies. You right. You got it. Men are the worst. Heterosexual relationships are the worst. No problem. Your problem is if you're a heterosexual woman and you want to be married at some point, is men are online talking. Old gray beard dudes like me are online talking. And we are telling young men, son, not that way, this way. Leave them the hell alone. We are talking to each other. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We are talking to each other. And we are telling them, hey, buddy, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Marry one of these high body count chicks. She's going to cheat on you, divorce you, or make you miserable, or teach your daughter to be a hoe.
Sammy,